Welcome to Souls Intersect. This reading is for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs, and is focused on January of 2017. These readings will be a little bit shorter than my usual monthly readings because I'm still working on the annual readings for all the signs. I pulled 6 cards for you, Aries. We have the Nine of Wands and the Chariot on top, then 2 Knights, the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Swords, and then the Three of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. Really positive cards overall. There was another reading that included 2 Knights. I can't remember which ones right now, but definitely check out your readings for your Sun, Moon, and Rising signs, because I'm sensing some overlapping themes, probably for some of you. The 2 major arcana are the Chariot and the Wheel of Fortune. I do sense also with the Nine of Wands playing into that the time has come for something to gain momentum and come to fruition. So for some of you, it will be in relation to work or family, and some in relationships. I do sense a lot of friendship and relationship energy in this reading in general, especially with those 2 Knights being 2 figures coming through. And then also that Three of Cups could be in relation to friendship, but I also feel a lot of romantic energy for this reading in relation to that Three of Cups. I feel like some of you in partnerships, also there is the possibility of outside affairs. It feels like it's coming more from you. I don't feel like this is some secret that's going to come up. I'm not getting the Tower. I'm not getting any crisis or emotional turmoil. So it feels like something that's probably already happening. This is so not a prediction necessarily of something coming. And I'm sensing for most of you that it's you maybe being torn between 2 people. And it doesn't necessarily imply either that there's already an affair going on, but maybe an interest. The Three of Cups can be that either third wheel or, possibly an affair kind of theme coming through. And then with those 2 Knights, which I feel is 2 people in relation to you. So I'm not sensing you coming through as either of those, though there may be another interpretation to that. Right now I'm picking up more on 2 different people, possible interests for you, and maybe one that you're already with. And the other thing with the Three of Cups is that for some of you maybe in relationships, it could be an ending to this maybe outside interest to someone else, and then a rebirth for a partnership. So it could be a very positive twist to that as well. So if there's been a crush on someone else for either of you, it feels like maybe that could be resolved. I feel like the only card with any difficulty at all is that Nine of Wands, and that's where I'm feeling like it may be the end of a cycle, nearing the end of a cycle that's felt somewhat like a fight, probably about that, maybe an outside interest, and it could just be internal for you again, and then maybe a new beginning, enjoying the pleasure of the relationship that you already have established, and the Three of Cups playing into that. Looking more directly at the 2 figures, I definitely feel like one of them, I'm getting this sense of makes your heart flutter. It's possible that one is maybe an outside interest, a crush, and that Knight of Swords, especially with this one having it pointed down, I feel like if it is the case where you're with someone and are interested in someone else, I feel like the Knight of Swords is probably the person you are already with. And I feel like with that sword pointing down, that this person still doesn't know. And it could be that you come forward about this and feel like the time is right for that. And the outcome of that, to me, again, with the Three of Cups there, it feels like it really could resolve things. And fortune can definitely be about timing. but it also brings in that element of luck. So I do feel like if you decide to come forward about possibly having been interested in someone else, again, it could be this new beginning for a relationship. The other possibility with this is that I'm still not picking up on either of the knights as being you. So it really does feel for most of you like two people. It could be that you're not yet with one of them. And in that case, I feel with their backs to each other, I feel a little bit like they may not know about each other. They might, but they may not know about each other. But I feel like a little bit of a battle is going down anyway. And that could also be energetically, at the spiritual level. I feel that they're very different. And I feel with the Chariot in that case that you might be feeling a little bit torn. And with the Nine of Wands that it could be that you have been feeling that way for a while and you're really trying to get to a point where you can resolve that. Now, I also just picked up on possibly if it is two people that you may be interested in, one of them has been away or has not been easy to get to for some reason, and that could also be where some of this timing comes in, where you've been maybe waiting, delaying a little bit to try to wait for the right timing to come through to possibly get through to one of them, or maybe to get to spend some time with one of them more that has been, again, away or out of contact with you. So back to them feeling very different, these two, and this could be whether you're with one of them or not, but I do pick up on two different personality types, and there definitely one of them feels more like an infatuation, and that doesn't mean that it couldn't grow into something deeper. But this Knight of Cups person, and it could be a water sign, I feel that your interest in them gives you that feeling of, young love almost, makes your heart flutter. It seems very exciting for you, and you feel like you could really have a lot of fun together. Whereas the other one feels like they're, a lot of these swords characteristics where they're more logical and rational. I do feel like that person possibly doesn't quite make you feel that way because of their personality, but that below the surface, they may also be able to offer you that level of interest, that warm, romantic energy that you feel with this other person. So I definitely wouldn't turn them away just because you aren't quite feeling that. So, and I'm not seeing a decision here. So I do feel that you may be facing a decision, but I'm not seeing an outcome, rather, where I'm meant to tell you which one is better for you, because it's going to be different for different Aries who are viewing this. But I do, with Fortune in the reading and the Chariot, first of all, both being major arcanas, and both being, there's a sense of inevitability with both of those cards. So the speed of the Chariot and the fact that there's so much momentum that it feels like direction is almost inevitable, and then that aspect of timing with the Wheel of Fortune card, both of those tell me, and then just the fact that they're major arcana feels like they're larger lessons, that the outcome may be more fated, not that you don't have free will, but that you're going to be led there in the right timing at the right speed. So I feel like the Three of Cups message is definitely about helping you to make the decision and using a sense of what would make you happier. But remember, not just in terms of what makes your heart flutter more, because there's so many ways of achieving happiness with someone. But focus on that and be in your heart space about it. But be open to, again, different ways of enjoyment. I feel like that's the message with that Three of Cups. And I do feel like this is coming towards the end of a cycle. So I feel like you'll have an answer, or you'll come to a decision fairly soon. All right, Aries, if you have any questions about this reading or about my services in general, feel free to email me at soulsintersect@gmail.com. And the address to my website is below. Thank you.